Evening, Norma Cowie here for Monday's mental mind treatments. I say hi to Marion because she's connected on already. Now, I'm sitting here getting ready for the evening, and one of the things that I did was pull a tarot card, and I'm going to talk about it. And that one came up was the High Priestess, which to me has a lot to do with choice. Do we go ahead? Do we not go ahead? Do we go one way? Do the other? Do we want to explore more of who we are? Or do we just want to stay where we want? So let's take a look at the symbol again. It's number 2 of the higher arcana. So it's just the second step. And the second step is, do we choose to move further? Behind the lady and the pillars and lots of other things here is a river, the river of life. Do we want to move into the river of life, moving forward, looking and seeing what's there, going deeper into the understanding of what life is and what brings it about? I made the decision very early to make that, to go and find out. For me, it was began wanting to know who and what God was, because I was going to Sunday school and they talked about God, and I wanted to know how that worked. Who was it? What was it? This thing that they talked about, this energy. I'm fortunate. I was led in different ways and different places to learn a lot of different things. And one of the things I learned was how to do what we called at that time spiritual mind treatment. But I was also trained as a psychic over the years. And so the two blended together. We had the spiritual mind treatment, which was a wonderful way of prayer. That's how I got into that. I wanted to find a way that prayer worked, how prayer worked and how it came together and what it was all about. And as I learned more, my psychic abilities would come in. And as my psychic abilities came in, I would basically doing, at that time, spiritual mind treatments, end up telling stories about all sorts of things, sometimes past lives, which got me into problems, trouble, I should say, with the people who didn't really quite believe that. But anyway, because I'm my own person now and can do my own thing, I decided when I put this together, if you don't already know, that I would call these mental mind treatments, because it is dealing with changing the mind, which is the subconscious, getting the subconscious to move in a way that you want it to go. And so I'm very happy to do that. And it's always interesting because I find themes come up a lot on Monday nights. If those of you who watch, or those that I know just by the number of views during the week, people tune in to see what I've said or how they work. And by the emails I've gotten, I know that sometimes it's as though I have spoken to you directly, and because we're all one. And that's the wonderful thing I find about that, is that we all have a reflection of each other in some way, shape, or form. And so maybe tonight I just thought, I often pull a card just before and see, okay, what are we doing here? And so we really want to think about how that is working for tonight. Choice, how we choose. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Now, Marion came on first, and she has already let me know what it is that she wants a treatment for. So let's begin there. I know that there is one power and there's one essence, and I know that this power and essence is in everything and everyone and being. So therefore, I speak my word for Marion. And as I speak my word for Marion, I know that lungs, breathing, and being able to have breath come easily, so that all clogginess within the passages and the lungs are just literally cleared. The breathing comes easily as the breathing in and breathing out. It's the idea of breathing in light, breathing in love, breathing in understanding, and breathing out the pain of the world, breathing out the elements of which we have no control over, in a sense, except our own peacefulness. The more we, each individual, take on peace and understanding and breathe out that which seems to not really settle well with our inner being. We breathe it. And it's because very often lungs will hold sadness, grief, all of those elements. So it's a matter of breathing out and allowing the breathing easily of love and light and joy and beingness, no matter what the words say, no matter what the situation is, that you're able to breathe out and to be at one with all that there is. I give thanks in knowing that Marianne can breathe easily as she breathes in the light, in the love, and knows no matter what it looks like, all will be resolved. And it's allowing that love and that light and the awareness that life is at one, no matter what it looks like, that there is light, there is growth, there is process, and not, I always want to say, not to hassle that process, but to allow it to emerge, for it is true, it is done. I give thanks for the knowingness of this. I give thanks as I release this thought, knowing that Marianne is breathing much easier and at peace within herself. And so I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. I also see and hear that my dear Karen, who comes in very early on a Monday night, which I appreciate, and she says, I would love a treatment to, hang on, my glasses and this little words, tuning into the stream of divine love. Here we go again. And so thank you for your blessings. I appreciate that. So Karen, again, dealing with choice in a sense. I know there was one power in the one essence. And I know as I speak my word for Karen in this moment of time, that the love of light that comes inside is a breath in. It is allowing the essence of love to move into the inner being. And it begins with breath. It begins to move it into the internal so that the inside can feel the lovingness. And then it can move into all the muscles, into the inner knowing, into the inner awareness. Fear of not being able to connect with love is the let go of feeling that not good enough. What if I did this? So guilt, regret, pain, that, and the whole belief system of not being good enough, digging deep down into the subconscious and pulling out the roots of that as we release them and let them go, because they were placed there by other people. And you took it as a truth, and it is not a truth. The truth is that you are part of the divine, that you breathe in the love that is around and allow your cells to reflect that into light. This is the time of year when people light their houses or the inside and out, and it's about reflection of the inner being. No matter how dark it may appear, no matter how, I'm going to say, resilient things are that don't seem to be changing, knowing that love will conquer the essence of fear. It will take it and it moves into a peacefulness. There is a song, I know, one of the carols, I believe, that talks about peace, pathos, understanding. That inner peace and knowing that this wonderful beingness that we call universal love force, you may have other names for it, but it is peaceful, it is calm, and it infiltrates with your breath into the body as it comes in and aligns within. And that means allowing the mental mind to move to one side and to experience the feeling at being at one with your creator, at being at one with all that there is. There is light, there is love, there is essence. And as I speak my word for Karen in the knowing, it's about allowing in as we breathe in, and then we breathe out the feeling of unworthiness, the feeling of not being good enough, and allow that to be replaced with a peace, a peacefulness of knowing I am good enough. I am loved. and I am aware, sorry, not away, but I'm aware of who I am and what I am. I give thanks for this knowingness for Karen, and I release this by saying the words, and so it is. Amen. Karen, I really truly hope that you heard what those words were, because to me they were very, very important. Now we're going to go to Kayla, who also let me know what it was that she was wanting. It's interesting when people email me or text me, and we have several little topics and how I can wrap these up into being one healing mental mind treatment, we'll say. As I move into that joining of knowingness, of that essence of being, I speak my word for Kayla. And as I speak my word for Kayla, I know that as my healing grows within me with every breath that I take and every day, I know that my sleep deepens and therefore becomes uninterrupted. That as I sleep, I regenerate. And as I regenerate, then I know that everything will be in absolute order for my trip and the wedding and the returning. So that there is it's almost like a ground elevator like they have in airports. As the elevators move along to move us faster. And knowing that that you are on a fast track. So Kayla, as I speak my word for you, it's like there is a speeding up of the foot elevator that is moving you into this place and time, which I personally know that you're leaving. But it's like choruses of angels saying, all is well, peace be within. And to allow yourself to relax into the knowingness and to clear all the worry and all the feeling that what ifs, no more what ifs. It is, you are on the elevator moving toward your destination, and that everything is strengthening, deepening, and moving in a direction to aid, support, and bring about a sense of well-being as you're moving forward. So just relax into the knowingness it is done, that you will be on your trip, that you will enjoy weddings and the events that are to follow and the situation, whatever comes, you will be at one with all there is. And remember, as I've talked about earlier, choice. Choose to be relaxed. Choose to know that your highest and best is activated right now and always, and that you are moving right to where you need to be for this trip, for the adventure that you will have, and that it will be the way that you choose to be it. And for this knowingness, I truly say, thank you, thank you, thank you to the powers that be, for so it is. Amen. Okay. I love Kayla. Kayla always says things like, thanks to you for your gifts, which change our lives because we are blessed. Well, as such, I am blessed because it puts me into connection with where I was. Marion also says, thank you very much and much love to me. And I appreciate that because you do. Charlie says, hello. Oh, no, Kaylee says hello. Sorry, I saw an R in there. I wish I could expand these words or have deeper glasses. I reach in, I know you see me do that, but it's because I can't read very. They have tiny words. I'm getting, this is one of the things that's happened. Kaylee, I'm sorry. Hello. If you have anything you would like a mental mind treatment for, please just type it in. That would be wonderful. Oh, it's Shaylee. Okay, I just go, it's got Cowie there, but thank you. Yeah, I just need to know what you want. Now, Karen says, thanks yet again. You are correct. Blessings. And the one power and the one essence, it knows it's not, it just comes that way. When I was young, very nasty things were said to me, and those untruths got embedded and stuck. Boy, do I understand that. And not allowing those to dictate to who you are. It's like trusting the essence of who you are. Again, we go back to choice. You can choose to just literally take those words that people said and dispel them. I always say freeze, evaporate, replace them. Like they're horrible things. We all had that. I had that. And it's like at times, sometimes that one will just, it's like weeds, weeds grow in there. It's like they wait for the right little gem and then they come up again. But it's like as you pick up them and pull them and dissolve them, make sure they dissolve, not just suppress. There's a lot of suppression goes on around those kind of thoughts. But it's like important to just freeze them, evaporate them, but then replace them with what you want to be, how you want to think, how you want to do the wonderful things. So Shaylee, thank you again very much. So let me know if anything else. And Kayla says, a wonderful treatment. Thank you very much. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff coming through. Okay, I've got a couple of other people that I have. So we now go to the ones that I've got here for people that are not on the list here. So here we go, Miss S. Now, I know the one power and the one essence is in all beings, and I know that it exists in all things, my table, my lamp. Notice my flower behind me. It's Christmas time. And I'm going to speak my word for Miss S right now to release victim mentality. Victim mentality, it means that you don't see how life works. You don't feel that there is anything here that works for you or is the way you want it. Something is always not quite right. And, in moving forward to do that, I was requested to do this treatment for this person. But it's like, how do you go through a middle wall? Middle walls are things that are set up by people because they believe they're right. And this is their, what would you call it? Their reality, their awareness, their point of view. And if you are listening to this and you have those steel walls where because of your experiences, that is the reality. You must remember the experience happened. Now, as a metaphysician, as a reverend, as a sense of studied this, we create our realities by what we believe. And we believe comes through our thoughts, our words, our actions. So when we believe this is how things are, then they will be. So I could do 1 million treatments for this person, Miss S. And to be honest, all I'd be doing is like knocking on a door that's metal, that will not evaporate. So from my perception, for the person who asked this and the awareness, yes, that awareness is correct. But it's like, there is no choice here for change. It's minimal and there's no room through. And so I'm sorry, but I'm not doing a treatment for that. But I will do an overall treatment for being open-minded to be choice with Miss S and every person out there in the universe that has a feeling that life is not there to support them, but life is there to hurt them or to incriminate them and make them small. I know that there is light, that there is love in everything. I know no matter how hard life has been, I know that no matter what it is, we still have choice. We have a choice to choose light and love or sadness and dark. We have a light to choose. We have the ability to choose, to change our path, to not have vengeance, to not have regret, to not have guilt. Guilt to me is the number one things that we carry very often, but we have choice. And in having that choice, we have life. And so therefore, any person that really wants any element of a change, I now ask that, because I know that it's available, that light and love will shine through. When the sun comes out, no matter if you have your curtains open, the sun will shine through the window. If you go outside, even now, I watch the sun glistening on the snow today. There's life, there's light. We have choice. We can choose to allow in that beautiful light and love that comes in and breaks down that metal of this is how it is. That is not true. That is an illusion of acceptance of what you believe that has come from your experiences, but it does not have to be that way because each one of us have choice. And I know for those that are out there in the world today with all of its stuff, if they want to choose light and love, the people, the situation, the songs, whatever it is they require will be brought forth so there is an opening of possibility. That's all it is. And so I would ask also from Miss S, who we started this off with, just be aware of possibility and allow possibility to come in and begin to melt the metal, the restriction, the limitation, so that you're free. It frees you. It frees you to be happy. It frees you to know that life has so much more to offer. And I give thanks in the knowingness that this is available to each and any person, but they have to want it, they have to reach for it, and they have to be willing to accept. There's life, there is light, there is beauty in all things. And I give thanks in knowing that by releasing the metal that creates victim states, that creates those feelings, it is possible to change. But it must come from within. There must be an awareness of coming in. And I give thanks in the knowingness as I release this by saying, and so it is. For anybody who requires it, it will be available one way or the other to make that shift. And so it is. Amen. Okay, moving on here. Just have a couple more unless other people come in on this way. Oh, look, we're going to be along in time anyway. This is for a Miss J, who I have worked with a lot. Okay, I know there is one power and there's one essence in all things. And I know that for Miss J right now is to believe and have confidence in herself in such a way that their beauty comes through, that she is able to speak the words that she feels with ease, that she is able to impart her intuitiveness, her awareness, her growth and understanding to others, that she strengthens her power, not just from her head, but from her whole body. And because I know this person is a dancer, it's like I want movement. It's not just to sit, but to move. And in the movement, it's like everything clicks. Everything comes into being. There is so much beauty and so much experience in how one moves and how one relates to the world. I just give thanks in the knowingness that Miss J believes already. She just needs to find her way of implementing that into the life, into the world. And as she does that, everything becomes beautiful and aware and easy. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks so much knowing that Miss J is aware of the beauty and has confidence and belief in herself of representing that into the world. I give thanks by saying, and so it is. Amen. And now, let's see. I've got written down here, continued inner peace and growth. And here again, we've got back to the choice, right? I know there's one power and there's one essence in this world, and I therefore speak my word for Miss C. And as I speak my word for Miss C, I feel a great sense of relaxation. It was like I took a breath and just moved into my body. It's like the stress is leaving my body. It's not totally gone yet, but it's leaving, and I can breathe more easily and more readily. I'm moving into a sense of understanding of myself, and also patterns that have been suppressed, patterns I did not want to accept or I did not want to realize, patterns that have been there for a long, long time. And so as that releases, as that lets go, there is a joy, and in a joy that's almost fearful, because in the past, when joy has come up, it's being suppressed right away. And all of a sudden, there's joy coming up. And as the joy comes up, it's like, I can stay there for a moment because it's not going away, and allowing it to grow. And I just know that in the coming weeks, that joy of life, that joy of being, as more and more of the old is, I want to say, eradicated, totally eradicated, and joy and love and life begins to bubble up. And so perspective changes. When that begins on the inside, the perspective on the outside changes. And so we make different choices. We make different awarenesses. We come into a whole different beingness. There is light, there is love, there is essence in all things. And then it moves out like a ripple. And in the ripple, more and more beauty, more and more love, more and more all the things that we require in our lives that we want. And then all of a sudden, it's like we're in a different world, even though everything may be the same. We will look at it different. We will be different. It responds different. I give absolute thanks in knowing that Miss C is totally beginning to transform in a way that she did not think was possible. And if she keeps progressing, it will be a wonderful miracle. It will be a wonderful time of celebration and light and love, and that all things for all people. And I give thanks in this knowingness that this love and this light grows within Miss C every day, with every breath and every way. And so I release this thought, knowing it is true, with much gratitude and love, by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, that's my list. I'm just checking over here. Sometimes I miss things. So no other things are written up there. So, and we're almost at 7:30, but not quite. Sometimes, and when we first started these, we went for quite some time. Sometimes we do. So I just want to do a treatment in a way for myself, but for all of those that would like. Perhaps what I'm going to say, the words for myself in the beingness of me, and also for as we move forward. I know that there is one power and one essence in all things. And as I speak my word for myself and for any others that relate, I want to speak my word in knowing that my health, my body, my essence of me is moving forward in the way that reflects the beautiful power that I know is there. That I have movement of walking, that I have movement of bending and going places, that I have sustained myself in many, many ways. I give thanks in knowing that all that I desire and want is there for me to come into full force of being. That as we move into this last month of this particular year, that many things are let go from the last few years. Many of the restrictions, many of the awarenesses and the sadness and the feeling of being isolated because of these restrictions. I give thanks in knowing there is a new year coming. I give thanks in knowing that in that there is freedom, not only of movement, but of ideas. Freedom of knowing that this power of love and light grows. So that every breath that I take, with every breath, and anybody who knows and realizes this love and power is strong, Light always takes care of darkness. And I'm reflecting the light in a stronger, brighter way that not only does myself reflect and become stronger and more able to do the things I choose and want to do, but so do others. And the light begins to grow stronger and stronger as we breathe in light into ourselves and reflect it out into the world by our actions, by our thoughts, by our awareness. There is one power and one essence that is in all things. And as I know that, I allow it to be ignited, letting go of anything that restricts, letting go of anything, whether it be mental, emotional, physical, or any other level that I am not aware of, even, so that the reflection of light and love is strong in all things and everything that I do and that anybody else that chooses to do, is that light is there because love is in all things. I give thanks in the knowingness of this. I give thanks as I release this thought, knowing it is true, not only for myself, but for anyone else that wants to move into strength, into light, and into being the best they can be at any particular time. And I release this thought, knowing it is true with love and light and awareness. And so it is. Amen. And that brings us to the end of this week, right on 7:30 on my clock. Yes, totally half an hour for sure, which is what I like the least to do. I will go to 8, but that's, I give thanks for you guys for tuning in. I give thanks for my friends, in particular Marianne and Kayla, who support me tremendously, which I appreciate and love. And I will be back. I think I'm not, there's a time period. I forget what date it is, but I know I've got, I think 2 more Mondays. And then I'm taking some time off for Christmas and things like that. So I wish you all well. I wish you greatness. I'll be back next Monday. But before that, I'll be back Wednesday and again following Sunday. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your support, your comments, your shares. Oh, warms my heart every day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Night for now, and God bless.